Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Kids Show, and today we have to talk about Ubisoft because there's been a lot of discussion surrounding this company. Everything, at Star Wars Outlaws looking pretty underwhelming and underperforming in sales figures. Assassin's Creed Shadows looking very, very mid, being delayed, and all of the drama, I guess, surrounding the game and apparently pre-order numbers being low. I mean, Ubisoft has entirely canceled all pre-orders that were there for Assassin's Creed Shadows, which would lead us to believe that, yeah, they didn't meet the baseline threshold of pre-orders for Assassin's Creed Shadows. And mind you, Assassin's Creed is like the 11th highest selling franchise of all time, give or take. So this franchise no longer really selling to that level, or the interest for this franchise being at an all-time low is extremely concerning. It is Ubisoft's top franchise period. So Assassin's Creed Shadows not looking good in pre-orders is not good. Well, a lot of people wanted to discuss how can Ubisoft save itself, and I was willing to entertain these conversations, but I'm done. Ubisoft is finished. They are fucking finished. This company is cooked. After seeing this post, it is proven to me that every fundamental level of leadership in this organization, in this massive company, is mentally deficient. I was thinking, oh, maybe if they go private and get rid of, the dude at the top, things could change. No, this entire company, when it comes to management, is mentally deficient. There's no other way to say it. This post that I read is so ridiculous that honestly, Ubisoft deserves to die. They deserve it. You've done nothing but earned it. Let's get into the post, because I cannot believe, even after all this time, after Ubisoft being at their worst, this dumb cocksucker would go on to post this shit. All right, guys, so we have a post from Stevie Chissard. This is the monetization director at Ubisoft. So yeah, the person that's responsible for putting, time savers, for putting all sorts of monetization practices, if it be skins, if it be time savers, if it be battle passes, all that stuff in not just your multiplayer games, but your single player games as well. Yeah, this dickhead's responsible for all that. So he goes on to make this post, and it has me absolutely flabbergasted at how ignorant this person is. But they go on to say, I rarely post on social media, and in my personal opinion, Stevie should have probably continued on that course. But he said, I rarely post on social media, but today I am sad, ashamed, and sad. The gaming industry is rough at the moment. We all know it, but seeing how gamers, quote unquote, gamers react on social media, wishing ill fate to companies and people alike, is sad. And not only towards Ubisoft. And the problem with this situation is that they think, their perspective is that they haven't been completely just dogging gamers for the past many years now at this point. They're under the impression that now all of a sudden things are messed up, when gamers, for how many years, well over a decade, have made their voices heard on so many issues that have been ignored. But hey, man, let's pretend this is a one-sided situation. They said even though it is always a vocal minority that express themselves on social media, I was hurt and ashamed to be part of this community. What I find interesting is that they assume that it is a vocal minority. I mean, the people that choose to voice their opinion are indeed, a minority. But the lack of interest in your company as a whole means that even though people aren't speaking out, like the mass majority aren't speaking out, they still feel generally the same sentiment. Otherwise, they'd be happy to buy your games and your company would be doing better than ever before. Would it not? Would it not? But hey, they go on to say, what is even more revolting is coming on LinkedIn and seeing the same comments from people within the industry, on top of exposing yourself as clearly non-decent human beings. You are affecting thousands of employees that are already impacted by all the hate despite doing their best to deliver incredible experiences. And what's crazy is the reason why these companies aren't succeeding is because they go out of their way. If it be game developers, if it be suits and ties, if it be whoever involved in this, if it be PR people, if it be community managers, they go out of their way. And mind you, they're going to be hit with positive feedback, negative feedback, and everything else in between. That's just the reality of the situation of being connected on social media. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. But they've gone out of their way to let gamers know in the community that they deem us as subhuman. They see us as less than, or they see us as cattle. They see us as whales. They see us as cash cows. One or the other or both. They do not value our money. They do not value our time. It shows in their work. It shows in what they say. It shows in this statement right now. The people that you're trying to sell your products to, you're calling them not decent. You're calling them bad people. And, well, maybe just everybody's bad because nobody wants your fucking games. So it's almost as though these dumb cocksuckers have learned nothing. Absolutely nothing. Ubisoft is on the tip of death. And this dumbass is just like, well, let me just shove my company off the cliff by saying this. Maybe you should just shut your fucking mouth. Because that's what got a lot of you guys in this situation to begin with. And we are not affecting thousands of, well, we are technically affecting thousands of employees by not buying your slop, by not indulging in your nonsense, by speaking out against the disgusting practices you guys choose to engage in, if it be saying nasty, disrespectful things to people you're asking to buy your game, if it be trying to guilt trip these people into buying your game, if it be blatantly tried to rip off your audience, disrespecting them, trying to fleece them out of their money over absolute nonsense in your video games and everything else in between, by not releasing a fully complete game, by releasing a game that doesn't even fucking work. I can go on and on and on all day, every day, by getting Canadians, all right, to make sure that your video games are socially and politically acceptable for the masses, because that seems to be a very common thing nowadays. The list goes on and on and on. We could be here all day. But really, a lot of this, you have to take accountability on. And if you will not take accountability on it, then your company will die and you will no longer have a job. It's really that simple. At some point, you're going to have to come to the reality that you can't continue to shit on the people that fund your livelihood. You can't continue to do it. As much as you would like to, as much as you want to have these little lashing out, you are directly connected to the people that keep your company in business, the people that you make content for, who are directly connected to them. So if you don't have nothing nice to say, maybe you should just shut the fuck up. It's really that simple. But no, we have to play this nonsense over and over and over again and continue to not learn anything. Even after all this time, even after your company is on the brink of destruction at this point, you still continue to learn nothing. It's almost parody. It is almost literal fucking parody. I don't know how else to go about it, but it is ridiculous. And they go on to say, how can you wish a company to fail simply because they do not cater to you, or that the product does not please you is beyond me? Well, the point is, you make products for us. You don't make them for yourselves. You yourself cannot fund these products. So if your potential gamers, consumers, whatever, I prefer gamers over consumers because we're not cash cows, we're gamers. If your previous audience is no longer interested in being your audience and you will not assess why, that is on you. That is your fault. You're refusing. You had an audience that you lost and you are refusing to understand why you lost them. You ignore them. You actually deem their feedback as, I don't know, evil, vitriolic. You think that everybody that happens to disagree with your company's choices are evil human beings. When at the end of the day, people just want to play video games that they can relate to, that they like, that they think is worth their time and their money. Games that they can share great experiences with their friends, their fellow gamers, whatever have you, their family. And you guys don't provide that. And you refuse to assess why. And then you blame it on us for being like, well, we tried to explain this over and over again, and these dumb cocksuckers, they don't want to listen. So fuck them. We're gonna clown them into oblivion. And this is what it is. If you will not acknowledge the existence or the voice of people who think of themselves as the voiceless, you know, if a group of people feel as though they are voiceless, well, they'll continue, but they'll do things in more in your face sorts of ways. That's just natural. That's how things are. You refuse to acknowledge the existence of these people that have genuine criticism over your products. So this is once again your own fault. It's your own doing. And I'm just going to remove myself so that I can read to you the final portion of this. But they said, we are all on the same boat. Please, please, please stop spreading hate. We should all uplift each other instead of bringing each other down. And it's ironic that you end it this way, because this very post does the absolute opposite. You're asking people to do things that you yourself will not do. And we're not in the same boat, because a lot of your audience has gotten off the ship. They've abandoned the Titanic, all right? They're on a lifeboat somewhere else, and that's because of you. And if you cannot come to terms with that, well, honestly, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. A lot of us do not feel sorry for a lot of the situations that you guys have put yourselves in. I don't feel sorry for you. When you put out posts like this, how the fuck am I supposed... First of all, how the fuck am I supposed to feel sorry for the clown that handles the monetization in video games that are overly monetized in some scummy ass ways? How am I supposed to feel sorry? Then, to on top of it, you kind of be a prick. How am I supposed to feel sorry for you? It's not that we want you to fail. It's that we want you to fucking listen. And then if you don't fucking listen, which you haven't been doing, then we just don't care anymore. We think of you as a meme. We don't take you seriously anymore. And then you're going to cry about it because they make fun of us and they make fun of our work. Well, because you wouldn't fucking listen to any genuine criticism, any genuine feedback that wasn't just, you know, slobbering all over your garbage ass work, because we have a lot of those out there too, mind you. But the reality is this is the result of your own doing or lack thereof. And there's plenty of other developers that get it, that have spoken out, that have understood how Ubisoft works in terms of their politics, or, you know, workplace politics and whatnot. And they've essentially said that, yeah, they don't value the feedback. They ignore it. They just want to do whatever they want to do. And it's so much so, it's so politically oriented at Ubisoft that they can't have honest conversations on what is good, what is bad, what is obviously going to fail, what would be better. They can't have genuine conversations about any of that stuff, because everything is inherently political. Hey, you know, this character doesn't look really good. Would be a better design if, you know, kind of made him look like super masculine, or make the female character look more feminine. Like, you can't have basic conversations like that, because it's deemed as sexist or political or social political in some way. You can't have these honest conversations. So they end up just making slop. A lot of developers that are there aren't bad people, but a lot of them can't even speak up. They can't speak up for themselves. They can't add their artistic touch or their perspective to their games. And then the Ubisoft's wondering why it's failing. Yeah, you can't actually assess what's good and what's bad, and then on top of it all, you have a bunch of pricks that work for you that happen to be in positions of power. So yeah, nobody feels sorry for you. Nobody cares. Get good or peace the fuck out. It's really that simple. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little aggravated when I read this, and it definitely showed in my video. So if you liked it, cool. If you didn't like it, well, it's too fucking bad. It is what it is. But yeah. Unfortunately, one of my favorite game publishers from like, 6th gen, 7th gen are sinking down the fucking toilet. It is what it is, man. They did it to themselves at the end of the day. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. If you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitter at Mario Kart if you'd like to continue the conversation. Consider becoming a channel member. Gets you instant access to Discord. Gets you cool emotes for the Thursday night live stream at 8 p.m. EST. So definitely stay tuned and come hang out with us on Thursday night for that awesome show every week. Put on an extravaganza for y'all. And yeah, guys, also got merch. CultClassicCage.com in the description below. Yeah, everything's in the description below. Anyways, guys, I'm out. Peace.